Hey there, everybody. Gideon's Tactical here. Doing a quick comparison of two over-the-shoulder bags that I really enjoy using, and just going to kind of show you some pluses and minuses of both. On the right-hand side in the Coyote Tan, we have the Condor EDC bag with an attached H2O pouch, and then on the left in black, we have a Drago hiker shoulder bag. So those are the two that we're looking at today, and just kind of want to show you some comparisons really quick. The first thing is that this Condor is a lot lighter than this Drago because of the material they use. This is made out of 500 or 600 denier nylon. This is made out of like this is made out of 1,000 linear nylon. So it's definitely like a heavier duty, going to hold up longer, but it gives you more weight in comparison to this Condor. And you've probably seen my review on the actual Condor itself, and you've probably seen the review of the Drago hiker as well. And I mean, very similar designs. You can see here they look a lot the same. The big differences, and that's just kind of what I want to talk about. The Drago is just one big package, whereas you have to add on to the Condor EDC. The Condor EDC just comes with this big pocket area right here, and then you have to buy extra the H2O pouch, and then there's nothing over here. And what I feel is that the weight distribution for the Drago is a little bit better designed. But the lightness of the Condor makes it great for actual hiking and like going out in the woods and stuff. Whereas this Drago, because it's so heavy and there's a couple other things that make it a little uncomfortable for long periods of time, is much better for like just an in-town EDC bag. You're carrying into work. You have to walk to the bus station like 1 or 2 miles, and it's not a big deal. Whereas this, you could take like 7-mile round trip hike with the Condor. So some other things here really quick. I mean, the Drago, like I said, is all already put together. It has the pocket here for it will hold a 32-ounce Nalgene in here with no problem on this side. And then on the other side, they have a small pocketed area right here with a little bit of molly, and this can hold, like a cell phone and maybe your wallet, or 2 magazine, maybe 3 magazine pouches for a pistol, some other things like that. Whereas with the Condor, if you buy it with the H2O pouch, you basically get the H2O pouch, which will hold the 32-ounce Nalgene, and the pocket attached to the Nalgene, which is great because I mean it's about the same size. If you add these two on the Drago plus these two, they're the same, but these are all on one side, and so the weight distribution is only on one side. Whereas this, they kind of spread it out. One weight is on one side, the other's on the other. So I like the weight distribution a little bit better on this. But again, it's somewhat uncomfortable in some of the other areas where it digs into you that I'll talk about here in a second. You can see that the Drago's a lot taller than the Condor EDC. The Condor EDC is pretty stacked out wide and kind of scrunched in, whereas the Drago is a lot thinner but taller. So this is great for like maybe an iPad might be able to fit in here. My Kindle Fire's in here right now. Any sort of Kindle, maybe some smaller size books. I mean, you're not going to be carrying, like a big old hardback in this, but a paperback, normal size paper book you get at Barnes & Noble will definitely fit in here. And again, that's why I think the EDC, this is great for EDC around town, not maybe so much for hiking. The other big thing is you see these both have flaps. This one just opens up to 2 little pockets right here, and that's it. And then you have to use zippers to get into the main compartment. Whereas with the Drago, and this is the part I really like as well, you open up the flap, and the flap opens up the entire pouch, and so you have your 2 pockets just like you do for this one. But then you have this big, huge open pocket, and it's got this nice kind of like a water catcher, keep it stuff from getting wet, and it just opens up, and you can get some really big. I mean, I got some really big books and stuff in there, and that's a really nice added feature that I like. You can get a lot more stuff stacked high than you can with this Condor and just having the zippers. Once you hit that zipper line, you can't stuff any more in there, whereas this, you can kind of stuff it a little higher, and the tension strap will clip up higher, and you can make this kind of taller and fit maybe some items that you couldn't fit in the Condor. The other thing as well is on this big main flap, and again, they're designed very similar. That inner compartment is just like this inner compartment of the Condor, and the 2 outer pockets are just like the 2 outer pockets here. The Condor one is a little bit wider, you can see, than the Drago. But on top of the flip right here for the Drago, you have this other big pocket that you can fit you know, either like gun magazines or again like cell phones, wallets. I have a full size Wave Leatherman, fits in there great with pens and a couple other items in there. And that's a nice added feature as well that you don't get with the Condor because of the zippers, because the zipper's in the way. So those are the main differences. There's not a whole lot else. They're very similar otherwise. The uncomfortable part that I was going to talk about is the buckle right here that holds over your shoulder can really get in the way and kind of dig into, if I can show you right here, dig into your body right here. And that's why, like for long hikes, it might get uncomfortable after a while. Whereas with the Condor one, it just doesn't do that. It's just a lot more flush. I don't know what it is. I think it's higher up because this is a lot longer, you can see, than this. This kind of digs into your ribs, whereas this kind of misses your ribs and will kind of go up closer to your chest and doesn't bother you as much with that clip. So, but I mean, aside from that, they're very similar, both in size and in how they function. I mean, overall, the Drago, which is very impressive actually, the Drago is a little bit higher quality, and I would say it's the same 1000 denier is what 511 Tactical uses, but that's a much bigger, more versatile pack than maybe their push pack, which would be kind of in the same ballpark. So prices as well, you're like, okay, well that's great. So what about prices? The Drago you can get anywhere between 45 and 55 bucks on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, the Condor EDC bag with the H2O pouch will run you about the same price, between probably like 50 to 55 bucks is probably what it's going to run you. So my overall consensus of it is that for everyday use around town, again, to the bus, you know, going maybe to school if you're in college, you just got a couple little things, you know, or you're going to work, or you're just around town, you want a good bag, go with the Drago. You're not going to regret it. It's awesome. And if you want to do like good hiking and you want a good over-the-shoulder hiking bag, even though the Drago is called the hiker, I don't really see it as comfortable, and my thought may change, but as comfortable as the Condor. The Condor is a little bit more comfortable for extended periods of time. So hopefully this helps you guys out a little bit. One last thing I forgot, which is a huge bonus to me, because I always like carrying a fixed blade, is that the Drago comes with a knife sleeve, is what they call it. It's right here, nice and flush. And you can get a full size, I mean that's a full 3.5 inch, this is a Cold Steel Pendleton knife. This is my fixed blade if I needed to defend myself, or you know, just do some fixed blade work that a folding pocket knife wouldn't do. That's a sleeve that knife fits in right there flush, and I bet you couldn't even see it. And you can't, I mean, if you have a black handle, no one's even going to notice that you're carrying a full-size fixed blade right there that the Condor doesn't have. But I just want to give you guys kind of a side-by-side, and I haven't seen a lot of Drago reviews. And Drago, this is the second Drago item, and I'm very impressed with it so far. Very pleased with it, and I know that I'm going to be buying more of their stuff. So check out Drago, check out the Condor EDC bag. Hopefully this helps you guys out a little bit. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys out there. Stay equipped and stay prepared. Thanks for watching.